What is up, guys? Welcome to this video. You guys already know from the title of this video, it is going to be a Q&A number 6 on this channel. The last Q&A we did was with Courtney and I. It was the couples Q&A we did in LA. I think it was a few months ago in June. So right here, I have 16 questions. The most popular ones are listed first because I do want to make sure I do answer those. Those are like the most liked questions on my comment section. And I'm going to go down the list, try to answer as many as possible, but I am going to try to keep this video under 10 minutes. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and let's get this video started.
Shooting stars didn't even get to cross.
Okay, so question number 1. What is your goal for the next year, the next few years? Do you want to keep modeling or do you want to focus on other things like personal coaching? And if so, what do you want to focus on? I kind of want to answer question number 2 because I think question number 2 will kind of tie into this question right here. So I'm going to come back to question number 1 after I answer this question. Hey Nick, what is your secret project you're working on? Or if it's seriously top secret, can you drop us a hint or tell us when you're planning on releasing it? Love your videos, bro. Okay, for the long-time subscribers, people have been following me for like over a year now. You guys have known that I've been working on something for about 13 months. I'm trying to think of like a way to explain it without really giving it away. It doesn't have to do with like me personally. Like I didn't land a big acting job. I didn't land a role in a movie. I didn't land like a campaign or anything or a big photo shoot. It's an actual business and that's all I really want to say to you guys. I can't really give anything else away right now. When is it planning on being released? I want to say within the next 1 to 2 months, you guys will hear something from me about it. You guys will probably get a big reveal. So to tie in the question number 1, what is your goal for the next few years? This project that I've been working on, I do want to continue modeling as well. Last year, I kind of mentioned that I wanted to slowly transition out of it, but now that I've been bulking for a while, now that I've been kind of out of like the modeling scene because I'm a little too big, I really do miss it. I really do miss traveling around. Like, whenever I think about modeling, it always brings me back to Miami of 2015. When I went to Miami for 3 months with Courtney, we lived together. I was traveling from Miami to like Cancun, to Ecuador, to Mexico City a few times, Chicago, Hawaii, LA. I was like back and forth everywhere for those 3 months. It was freaking amazing. I loved it. I loved like how independent I was during that process. Just like the joy of like meeting new people, the experience of not knowing what to expect, just traveling around. I really do miss it, and now that I think about it, now that everything's kind of slowed down, I haven't been doing it as much. I really am grateful for all the opportunities that it has brought to me. So I do want to continue modeling and I do want to continue taking it seriously. So that's why I'm actually starting to lean out late November, early December, and this will tie into another question later on. Okay, so now the question that ties into this one is, where do you plan on moving in the future? So Courtney gets done with school in January, which is 3 months from now. The 2 things we've been discussing is her either coming up here to Portland and just getting like a normal like 6 to 12 month lease, or the second option, which I think we're leaning towards, is come January when she's done, us temporarily moving down to LA, try to model again, see how things go. We're probably going to end up getting a sublease down there or an Airbnb, which is what we usually do in Miami, for like 2 to 3 months. Then from there, if things are going well for those 3 months, we might end up getting like a normal 12-month lease down there. Those are the 2 options we're discussing right now. Either her coming up here, which is kind of like a safer bet because it's a lot cheaper, or us taking a bigger risk, going down to LA, seeing if we can like model down there, see if we're making enough to make a living down there and enjoy it at the same time. Okay, 2 questions. What sort of person were you in high school? You seem so chill. And by the way, what did you want to do before modeling and YouTube? The type of person I was in high school, I was very shy. I was not very outgoing. I didn't really care too much to try to fit in with groups. I never really went to after school parties or events or like games or anything like that, just because I just really did my own thing. I did have my group of friends. I wasn't like a loner or anything like that, but I just didn't try to fit into something that like wasn't really me. I never really was a person to do that. I kind of just stayed to myself and was pretty shy up until like my senior year even. I really didn't talk to many people at all. What did you want to do before YouTube and modeling? I've been modeling since I was 15, so I didn't really have like a game plan before that, guys. I was always in the fitness though, so I want to say probably some sort of like personal training job. I never really thought about online coaching until a few years ago, so like before modeling, like I said, I was 15, so I didn't really have a game plan, but it definitely would have been something involving fitness and helping people out. Are you ever going to compete? That's a very good question. Yes, I do want to compete. I really have wanted to for a really long time now. I'm just not currently happy with some of my muscle groups on my body. I really need to bring up my arms and my shoulders. I need to get more width in order for me to feel confident in stepping on stage. But yes, that is something that I've always thought about. The soonest I can imagine myself being ready for a show would be around this time next year, because I'm going to be cutting this year specifically for modeling, and then I'll be doing another hopefully 6 to 8 month bulk, and then after that bulk I need to reevaluate myself, see if I'm happy with my weak points, see if I brought them up enough on my bulk, and then go from there. But yes, I definitely will step on stage. I just don't have a specific date set for that yet. Next question, do you think you will ever bulk up to 230 to 240 pounds? You definitely have the height to put on that much weight before you think about cutting. 230 to 240 pounds is absolutely massive, so I don't think I ever will get up to that weight. I never really thought about getting up to that weight either. The most I thought about like bulking up to would probably be around 220, 225 maybe. If I was like a lean 200, I'd be super happy, but right now I'd probably be like a lean 188, 190, so 10 more pounds of lean muscle mass and I'll probably be pretty happy with that. So the next question, this was like one of the most liked comments as well. This was one of the most liked comments as well, so I did want to answer it for you guys. And the question is, do you make more money modeling or online coaching? So I launched my online coaching March of 2015, so it's coming up on 2 years now. Last year when I was modeling a lot more and when I was first launching my online coaching, I was making almost like 80 to 90% of my income from modeling. But now that modeling slowed down a little bit and I've been doing online coaching for a year now, things have picked up. So right now, I'm about like 50-50, 60-40% on my income coming from online coaching, my income coming from modeling. The thing is, I put so many more hours into online coaching each day compared to modeling, but modeling, the hourly rate is just insane. So although I do spend more time each day on online coaching, I still do make a little bit more money modeling, even though I spend way less time on that. And how do you manage to stay fairly lean while bulking? I personally wouldn't consider myself fairly lean right now, but I think cardio has helped me a ton. I've always been a fan of doing cardio throughout the year, even if I'm bulking, even if it's just like 2 to 3 days a week. So I always do cardio. Normally right now my current routine is usually 2 to 3 days. I'd like to do very light intensity. It's nothing intense at all, but I think that like 2 to 3 days of cardio each week has really kept me fairly lean, and I think that's a very good option if you guys are trying to have a very lean bulking phase. And you can always adjust your cardio based on how you're doing. So if you're like wanting to gain mass super fast, slow down your cardio, taper it off. Or if you guys are wanting to do a very long lean bulk, maybe doing 3 to 4 days of light intensity cardio will really help you stay lean throughout the bulking process. Do you decrease your calories on rest days? If so, how much? No, I don't decrease my calories. I keep my calories and my carbs the same every single day of the week. I know a lot of people like to do carb cycling, which is pretty much dropping your carbs on rest days and then boosting them back up on your workout days. This specifically says calories, but if you're gonna drop your calories in general, make sure they're all like mostly from carbs on your rest days. You don't wanna really tap into your fats or your proteins. You wanna keep those pretty much the same throughout the entire process. Good video. How tall are you, bro? I am 6'2". I know this question gets asked a lot, and I know it'll probably get asked a lot more, but I am 6'2", guys. Currently 202 pounds I woke up at today. Last question on this video, guys. So being a super hard gainer, is it possible for guys like me to reach a similar physique like yours? Yes, it is very possible, guys. And let me move this because this light's right in my way. I am not built, like I don't have very good genetics at all. I wasn't built with wide shoulders. I don't have a very good V taper. So for you guys that are just starting to lift and like it's hard for you to gain muscle mass, yes, it is very possible to achieve a similar physique like myself. If you're around my height and you're a hard gainer, you're probably gonna have to have around 4,000 calories each day. Your diet's gonna be most important. Your diet is always most important if you're trying to lose weight or if you're trying to gain weight. You can work out and not eat and you probably won't get as good results as if you just eat and barely work out. Stay consistent, work out consistently, but the big part is getting enough food in your system, guys. Getting enough protein and getting enough carbs in your system is most important. So yes, it's very possible. Probably like 3 to 4 years of training and you guys can probably have a very similar physique to mine. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Drop a like if you did enjoy it. It really help me out. It helps me out more than you guys think. I did have one question for you guys though that I was thinking about earlier this morning. I want to know how you guys found my channel. Did you guys find it from like the YouTube suggested video box? my Facebook, my Snapchat, my Instagram, maybe a friend. It would be interesting if you guys comment down below how you guys found me. I would be interested to read those. So thank you guys so much. Drop a like I said, if you did enjoy it. Peace. Alright guys, welcome back. You guys can probably already tell it is the next day just based on my change of clothes, but I did skip over 2 questions that I really did want to answer. I know I first mentioned at the beginning of this video I did want to keep it under 10 minutes, but I do want to answer these because they were very popular. I know quite a few people asked the question about how I started modeling and how I landed my first job, so I do want to answer that. And then actually the most popular question had 2 parts to it, and I totally forgot to answer the second part, so I want to answer that as well. I'll try to keep this as short as possible. Here we go, guys. So the first question, the second part of that was, furthermore, I was wondering, it seems that all models have to do some sort of nude modeling before they get into the business. Did you ever have to do nude modeling, and did it hurt your career that you did or didn't do it? So this is a very good question. No, it is absolutely not needed. If you guys are into that, if you guys are fine with doing nude modeling, it can really help out your career. It can speed up your career. If you don't want to do it and you feel pressured that you have to, there's absolutely no need to. You can totally be a successful model without doing nude modeling. I know so many people, me, myself, I've never done nude modeling. I probably never will. I'm just not into that. And you can definitely have a successful career in modeling if you don't do it. But with that being said, if you are comfortable with it, it probably can help out your career. If you do it properly, there's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of photographers that just want to see you nude for no absolute reason. So be sure you're doing it like safely and don't feel pressured if you don't want to. The next question is another modeling question. This is the last one for this entire video, I promise. Hey man, loving the videos lately. Just wondered how you got into modeling initially and how you landed your first job. So I briefly talked about this in my very first video on this channel. I started when I was 15 or 16 years old. My friend on my soccer team, I played on a club soccer team, he always came to practice with like stories and stuff and his photo shoot, and I always thought it was very, very interesting. So I asked my parents if I can do it, if they can help me take pictures, because they want like a picture of your whole body. They want a shirtless one, they want just a face one of just pretty much on your iPhone. So we took pictures. I submitted it to one agency actually. They never got back to me. Luckily, they didn't get back to me because the agency I actually first sent my first ever pictures to was actually like one of the biggest scammed industries in the entire state of Oregon. They're very well known for scamming their models, not paying them, so I'm very, very glad they didn't email me back. The second agency I emailed was probably, I mean, I'm still signed with them right now. They're probably one of the strongest agencies in Oregon, so everything like worked out really well. I sent them pictures, they called me or they emailed me within like I think a week after sending pictures. They wanted to meet with me, and then they immediately wanted to set up pictures with an actual photographer so they can get more updated pictures. And then from there they wanted to see if they wanted to sign me, so I met with them. They took my measurements, they took my height, because height is very, very important when you're modeling. For a guy, you can't really be below 6 foot if you want to do fashion modeling, and the limit's pretty much like 6'3", 6'4", so there's a very small window of height. And then weight as well, your shoulder measurement, your waist measurement, your thigh measurement is all very important because you have to be able to fit in the clothes. So they signed me. From there I did my first photo shoot. I actually had to pay for that photo shoot. Usually when you're trying to build your book up, you're trying to build your portfolio up, you do have to pay for a photo shoot, unless you're like really well known on Instagram and they'll do it for free for like trade of posts or whatever. But I actually didn't have an Instagram at that time. I didn't even have an Instagram like 2 years afterwards. So I had to pay for that photo shoot. I think it was like $500, $600, so they are quite expensive. But from there, I got the photos back. They put them in my book. From when they were in my book to when I was like on my website for my agency's website, it was about 2 to 3 months when I wasn't doing anything at all. And then I got my first call from Fred Meyer, I believe was my very first client, and I still work with them pretty much every single week currently, so it's been crazy. 7 years I've been working with them. They called me up, I did my very first photo shoot, and then 3 months after that, it was actually in the newspaper because there was a catalog for the newspaper, and I was like walking around like, I was so excited. I know I cut it out. I still probably have it at my house somewhere from the first ever photo shoot I did. If I can find it, I will put it on the screen for you guys right now. But that was my very first photo shoot. I was so freaking nervous and just like, I was so nervous I like wasn't even excited. I was like almost shaking when I was going there because I had no clue what to expect. I had no idea how long it would be, what I'd have to do. Like, it's like the first time I was ever in front of a camera, so it was absolutely crazy to me. And it's like, so weird looking back at that, because now Fred Meyer is just like, I know everyone there, they're all really good friends. I'm in and out within like 10 minutes. And then from there, if you guys can, if you guys aren't interested in this, you guys can just end the video because nothing else is going to be talked about after this. From there, I stayed in high school, so I really couldn't travel anywhere. But right when I graduated high school, probably 3 months after my graduation, I got a call from an LA agency. They're my old agency now. They wanted to fly me out, do some test shoots with me with photographers down in LA. So that's what I did. I ended up signing with them. I was with them for 2 years, and then things didn't really work out. So I had to drop them, and I picked up Wilhelmina, which is my current LA agency right now. And I've been with them ever since, guys. So I started traveling probably, I think when I was 19 years old. So this was like fresh out of high school, and it was about 3 years before. It was about 3 years that I modeled just in Oregon. It took me that long to start like traveling and stuff, to start like, because my face wasn't matured yet, so I wasn't really gonna be very successful in other markets, like more fashionable markets. So 19 years old was when I started traveling. 21 years old I was in Miami. 20 years old I was in LA for quite a while, living with some roommates and stuff, some other models. It was just crazy. 21 years old and on, you guys pretty much know everything of my life right now because I've been filming it. So hope that answers your question, guys. Hopefully it didn't drag on too long, but thank you for watching this video. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Peace.